The market is red, but Near Protocol is still showing really good signs in other aspects. So let's discuss that today. Hey guys, Foxy is Trading here, back with another crypto video for you guys, and we are back talking about Near Protocol. Now we will be talking about market structure and how price is moving towards the middle of the video, towards the middle end of the video. But for now, I want to talk about two very important things for Near Protocol that you should know about. So as I was scrolling through Twitter, this guy, maybe this woman, tweeted, "Good or bad market day, Near intends growing anyways, 54% of cross-chain market share yesterday." And Near Protocol, quote, retweeted, "There is no limit to chain abstraction." So let's break it down, right? Let's break down what chain abstraction is, and let's break down the 54%. So what is chain abstraction? That means that us, the users, we don't have to think about how and what blockchain we're going to be using, because I know personally when I started crypto, many of you guys maybe have experienced this also, when you're trying to swap a crypto or buy a crypto, and there's so many options, right? There's ETH, Sol, what chain, all of that, and you're kind of confused, like, what am I swapping it to? So what Near is trying to do is remove that. It wants to remove the manual swaps to make it automatic. They just want to make you put in, all right, I want 15 of this for 15 USD, boom, swap, not worrying about anything else. Okay, so that is pretty much what chain abstraction is. And then let's talk about the 54% mark, right? So Near being 54%, it means that it's quietly becoming, almost think of it as like the main highway for moving liquidity between blockchains. So instead of Near just being another layer one project, it's building the infrastructure to power cross-chain swaps. Okay, so AI-driven transactions are going to be behind the scenes. All of that good stuff for developers is going to be very integrated into the app and into the markets. It's going to be very, very strong. But also another big thing is that 54% in combination with 5 billion in all-time volume. Now we are really talking, right? You can see all of these things that they're doing. It is showing strength for the long-term project. And Near Protocol has said in the past that they are thinking about the long term. They are not thinking about the short term. They want to go further down the line. So the cross chain, right? Chain abstraction. This is a very good step, something that they're trying to do, and they're 54%. So they're ahead of the others. And also 5 billion in all-time volume just shows the accumulation and total volume that they are doing, and that is just going to grow, right? Every year this is gonna continuously grow. I have no doubts about that. So now that those two things are out of the way, let's talk about market structure and where I think price is going. So we are down across the board, down in price, down in market cap, down in volume. Still 85% bullish, very, very nice to see. And one thing I want to remind you guys is, remember this volume number. More importantly, remember the percentage. When price gets to a key zone, and I will make a video when it gets to that key zone that I will explain in a very second, the price will go much higher, or the volume, I should say. My apologies. It'll go much higher, and you will see that. Okay. So going into market structure, right? Right away, we see this imbalance in price, right? This daily fair value gap. And we say, okay, it is rebalancing after this massive push up. Boom, 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 boom. Fantastic. I see price going even down a little bit more before we start pushing to the upside. So don't panic yet. And this is going to be a very complex term, a term that you have not heard probably at all ever in your life, first time ever. We have formed here pretty much what we call a BPR, balanced price range. And this is a very strong zone, right? It is when two inversions right here and right here happen, and they both form an imbalance in price in the same area. So what am I expecting? I am expecting a continuation to the downside until we get into this zone. We might consolidate and then push up, or sometimes what happens is that there is so many buy orders accumulating right here, it might tap it and just go whoop right back up, right? We have seen this many, many times. For example, where have I seen this recently? Right here, right? Look at this example. So I said that there is this imbalance in price, and look, a little bit of accumulation and a spike right back up, right? These zones are not random. They are very, very calculated, and people know that, and traders know that. That's why the volume is so low right now. Nobody is buying in no man's land. This is what we call no man's land, right? There is no areas here that really tell you to buy, right? Why are you buying? Why are you buying in this area where there's nothing, right? There is really nothing for you. Yes, there's this small imbalance in here, which price could, it has actually, you can see price is tapping into it right now, right? And it might consolidate like something like this before it pushes down to the real key zone. So none of these are real strong key zones because of this massive imbalance that we had here. Now we are heading down to this key zone, okay? So that is what I am fully expecting on Near's price like this before we go to the upside. Now, obviously, we're going to have to wait for a bullish reversal with some higher highs, but we all know that because as of right now, if you look at the 4 hourly after the expansion, we have very clear lower highs, right? So we had a higher high, higher high, higher high. And then we broke to the downside because this was our lower high. So it made a higher low. And then now we have formed a lower high and a lower low, right? So right over here, price has shifted to the downside. And now we are very simply forming that step ladder to the downside. Everybody can see that, I hope, right? So it is pretty clear to see that we are headed down, and there really is no signs of stoppage just yet. The market is fairly red. There are some pumps. ICP is pumping fairly well right now, 16%. But mostly, as you can see, especially in the meme coins, we are very, very red, right? So wait if you want to buy, if you want to scale in. My recommendation is waiting for this price. Let's just say that $2 and $2.1, right? From between 2 and 2.1, that is where I'd be looking to buy. And when price gets to this zone, have a look at the volume. Do we shoot up to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, anywhere there, maybe higher? Because that will tell you people are buying. You're going to say, okay, this is all aligned, right? This is aligning very well. Now is also my turn to buy. What else can we look at? Let's have a look at the RSI. So RSI right now is also in no man's land, right? It is right kind of below the center line into the middle, which would just make more sense if it goes down a little bit right into here, and then it would buy. So everything really is aligning that you just have to be patient a little bit. Wait for the proper time management, risk management. Be patient. This is a patient game. And then when we get here, possibly make your purchase. Maybe I will show you guys. For example, look for something like this, right? This is exactly what you want to look for. You have an imbalance like this right over here, right? Boom, boom. You have this. You see a closure above, right? Right over here. This candle right here. We close above. And then we retest near the area, and that is your entry zone. And that is what I want you guys to be paying attention to for here, right? And this can be for longer term investments, for a day trade, however you see put, that is what I would be looking out for. Okay. So now you guys know my view on price and where it is headed. Is there anything else I can see spot for you guys very quickly on the weekly? There isn't much on the monthly. You can see on the monthly too. We have this massive imbalance in price, and you can see how many months price has tested and it's gone back up, right? Also, another thing to note, the price action itself is absolutely disgusting on Near in the last couple of months. Since April, do you guys see this? Look at the wicks. The wicks are bigger than all of the bodies. This is some disgusting price action. That is not what I want to be seeing. I want to see this. I want to see this right here. I want to see some nice moves, right? Expansion. Whoops. I want to see expansion, retrace, expand, retrace, expand. I don't want to see consolidation for 5 months, especially with these massive wicks. It's very boring. So let's hope it will start looking better. You guys know my view, my plan. Whatever your plan is, stick to it. This is just some insight. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot. Make sure you guys do your own research because I'm not a financial advisor. And I'll see everybody in the next video.